Hello and welcome back to Canada Immigration Daily, your go-to source for important updates, alerts, and insights about immigration, travel, and international policies affecting Canadians. If you're joining us for the first time, we're glad to have you here. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for your continued support. Today, we're diving into an incredibly important topic that impacts thousands of Canadians daily traveling to the United States: the growing concern over increased scrutiny at the border. If you're planning to cross into the U.S. anytime soon, whether it's for a shopping trip, visiting friends or family, business, or even just a quick drive over for a meal, this episode is a must-watch. New guidance from the Canadian government is advising travelers to be ready for stricter checks and the potential for border agents to inspect electronic devices such as smartphones, laptops, and tablets. This marks a significant shift in how Canadians may be treated at the border, and we're here to unpack all the key details for you. Before we get started, we kindly ask you to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll always be informed and prepared with the latest updates. Especially if you travel often or follow immigration news, your support helps this channel grow and enables us to keep bringing you valuable, timely content. So, what exactly is going on? The Canadian government has issued a travel advisory warning its citizens to expect increased scrutiny when entering the United States. This includes the potential for U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers to request access to your digital devices, and not just a surface-level look. They may ask for passwords and search through the content of your phone, including private messages, social media apps, photos, emails, and more. This advisory is more than just a routine update. It's a reflection of a broader, evolving landscape in border security and international relations. And while such advisories may not be new in a global sense, this one stands out for the level of detail and the stark warning it presents, especially given the close relationship between Canada and the U.S. In recent years, the friendly, cooperative image of cross-border travel between the two nations has been challenged by political and economic shifts. During the Trump administration, tensions between the two countries escalated over trade and immigration policies. These tensions have trickled down into how everyday travelers are treated, and we are now seeing the ripple effects play out at border checkpoints. At one point, Trump's rhetoric suggested that the U.S. should treat Canada as an extension of its own economy. He even described then Prime Minister Justin Trudeau as a governor rather than the head of his sovereign nation. Remarks like these contributed to a significant decline in diplomatic goodwill, and soon after, Canadians responded with nationwide boycotts of U.S.-made goods and growing nationalism in support of home-grown products. Increased border scrutiny seems to be the latest phase of this strained relationship. According to the updated Canadian Travel Advisory, travelers may now be asked to unlock their phones and other devices for inspection. It's important to understand that refusing this request could lead to being denied entry. That's right, even if you have no criminal background, your travel could be stopped simply due to what's on your phone or your refusal to grant access. While border agents have always had some level of discretion, their powers appear to be broadening. And even though Canada is one of the United States' closest allies, its citizens are not being exempted from this new wave of inspection and control. The advisory highlights that the Government of Canada cannot intervene if one of its citizens is detained or denied entry into the U.S. due to non-compliance at the border. Let's take a moment here to remind you, if you're finding this information helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with friends or family who travel frequently. The more people who know about this, the better they can prepare. Interestingly, this issue isn't unique to Canadians. Several other countries have expressed concern about how their citizens are being treated at U.S. borders. France, Germany, and the United Kingdom have all issued similar advisories, urging their travelers to be cautious when visiting the United States. One French official even went as far as to suggest returning the Statue of Liberty, a powerful symbolic gesture that speaks volumes about how some nations now perceive America's evolving immigration stance. One alarming incident involved a French scientist who was en route to Houston for a professional conference. Upon arrival, he was stopped by immigration officers, who proceeded to inspect his phone. According to the French government, he was turned away because some of the messages on his device were critical of the U.S. administration at the time. Homeland Security offered a different explanation, stating that the scientist was in possession of sensitive files related to the Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico. Regardless of the real reason, the fact that private digital communications could be grounds for denial raises major questions about privacy and freedom of expression. Many legal experts are now advising Canadian travelers to take proactive steps to protect themselves. One increasingly common suggestion is to travel with the so-called burner phone. a cheap, temporary device that contains no sensitive or personal data. The idea is simple: leave your main phone at home, especially if it holds emails, social media apps, banking information, or anything else that might be considered controversial or sensitive. It may seem like an extreme measure, but for frequent travelers or those working in sensitive fields, it could be a smart precaution. Others recommend backing up important data before your trip, then wiping your devices clean, so that there's nothing to worry about if you're asked to hand them over. Encryption is another helpful tool, locking sensitive files with strong passwords or apps that keep data inaccessible without proper authentication. At the same time, it's essential to stay calm, cooperative, and respectful when interacting with border officials. Being rude or confrontational will likely make things worse. However, knowing your rights and being prepared to protect your privacy within legal boundaries is equally important. Let's take another quick break to say if you're finding this video useful, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and leave a comment below to tell us your thoughts. Have you experienced increased scrutiny at the US border? Have you ever had your phone searched? Your experiences help others prepare too, so don't be shy, join the conversation. It's also worth noting how these stricter border policies could affect the broader economy. According to the U.S. Travel Association, Canadian visitors represent the largest share of international tourists entering the United States. In 2024, over 20 million Canadians visited the U.S., generating approximately $20.5 billion in tourism spending. A mere 10% drop in Canadian visitors could mean a loss of over $2 billion and up to 14,000 American jobs. If travel becomes more difficult, or if Canadians feel unwelcome, the consequences won't just be felt in individual experiences, they'll ripple into retail, hospitality, tourism, and service industries on both sides of the border. These are no longer just isolated incidents, they're shaping the future of how we travel and engage with our neighbors. Even a simple shopping trip, lunch outing, or daily commute can now involve more than just flashing your passport. It could include handing over your phone, explaining private messages, and dealing with decisions made by officials who hold significant discretion. We'd love to hear from you. How are you preparing for upcoming travel? Have you made changes to how you use your devices when crossing borders? Let us know in the comments. And if you haven't yet, take a second to like this video, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you never miss a critical update. Your engagement really does make a difference. In wrapping up, it's clear that the travel landscape for Canadians entering the US is shifting rapidly. The advisory from the Canadian government serves as both a warning and a call to action. Citizens are urged to stay informed, understand their rights, and prepare accordingly for every trip. As border security tightens and geopolitical tensions linger, it's essential that travelers remain vigilant, informed, and ready to protect their digital privacy. Thank you so much for watching today's detailed episode. We hope this information helps you feel more empowered and confident the next time you cross into the US. Remember, preparation is key. Being aware of your rights, taking proactive steps with your devices, and staying calm under pressure can make a world of difference. We'll continue to monitor developments around this story and bring you updates as they happen. Until then, take care, travel smart, and always stay informed. We'll see you in the next video.